All right, we're going to go straight to the Orange County Register building, where standing by ever so patiently is columnist for OC Outdoors, David Whiting. How you doing, Dave?
Excellent.
Good. All right. There's nothing I hate worse than getting to LAX and finding out that my plane's been delayed by, well, last time it was 5 hours. That doesn't make anyone happy. You have an answer, though, to some of that frustration.
Yikes, I sure do, as a matter of fact, for you. Next time you head up there, throw some clothes, running clothes, jogging, walking, or just hanging out at the beach stuff, or a beach cruiser in the car, or even a surfboard. You can do whatever you want, because just 10 minutes away from LAX, by car I should add, is one of the greatest and longest bike paths in Southern California. That's the bike path along Santa Monica Bay.
Okay, how do you get there from LAX if I'm taking my car and I got to go back to the car because I just found out my plane's been delayed? How do you get over there?
That's a really neat thing about this. I always take the 105 freeway to LAX, which is the surest way to go.
Right.
Don't turn onto LAX. Just keep going on the freeway. It dead ends. Basically, it merges right into Imperial Highway, and that keeps going, and it takes you all the way to the beach. If you go too far, you're going to drive right into the ocean. And right there at the very end is the entrance, literally right there is the entrance to Dockweiler State Beach, where you can park for just $5 and take as much time as you want and get back to the airport in just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Talk a bit about it. You know, what's there for folks to see and take some time?
It's a terrific bike path. It starts from Dockweiler, and you can go north almost as far as you can possibly go, and that's past the Santa Monica Pier, or you can go south all the way to Palos Verdes. Here is Palos Verdes, and this is a 10 miles from that Dockweiler State Beach that we were just mentioning. So if you can make it all the way down there and back, you've had a pretty good stretch of time. I ran this the other day at sunset, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. Not very crowded, and you could watch other people running along the beach as well. You can stop off at Kings Harbor here, which is here the bike path. It turns a little bit almost urban in a way. It cuts right through, but it's in a safe way. It cuts right through a parking lot in Redondo Beach. It continues along, and on the way back, you're back up at the El Segundo Power Plant, where if you've even got time, you can rent a hang glider and take in some lessons. So whether you're there for a long time or a short time, it's almost worth planning a little bit of extra time the next time you go to LAX and just trying this out.
That is really neat. I didn't realize, I spent a lot of time up in the Redondo Beach area, and I didn't realize that entire strip was all connected. And that area there along Redondo Beach, where you showed the skaters going through the underground parking lot area there, has an interesting, as you said, urban feel to it. It's sort of got an LA feel to it that is a little bit different of a feeling than the one we have here in Orange County.
It is, as a matter of fact. It's similar to the bike path in Newport Beach, a little bit reminiscent of that. People living in the homes literally just inches away from this path, barbecuing or having a couple of cold ones in the evening. But it has a little bit more urban feel. It is, of course, a bigger city, and it's a little bit different. So it's a really neat change of pace, and it's just a gorgeous sight. On a clear day, you can see all the way to Malibu.
Well, now, you did all this just last weekend. How did you come about it? Were you involved with LAX, or you just decided you wanted another one of your outdoors adventures?
Well, a little bit of combination of the two. I was picking my wife up on her way back from Mexico. She'd spent some time in Oaxaca for Day of the Dead. And I thought, well, you know, I've got a little free time here, and I'd like to check it out, this area. I've never been there before, and what a treat it was. It was a lot more fun and a lot more interesting than I expected.
You didn't go hang gliding, did you?
I was tempted to do that, but I wanted to keep running and see how far I could go in the time amount that I had, and I had about 3 hours and made it all the way to Palos Verdes Peninsula and back, but that was enough for me.
Kind of curious now, for someone like you, you must be going through quite an adjustment, not being able to get up to the biking and hiking trails in the local mountains. What do you see coming, and how soon do you think that will be open for the public?
Well, that's an excellent question, Ed, and that's one of the reasons why I also did take this trip, as a matter of fact, because I've been writing a lot about that area lately, and they are asking people to still stay out of that. Cleveland National Forest, O'Neill Park, and, of course, Whiting Ranch, too. Those trails are okay. I've been up there with permission, I might add, from the fire authority, because they are closed, although if members of the media and some other folks can access those areas. They are relatively safe right now, I think, but depending on the way things go, particularly with the rains, we are going to see some really inaccessible trails and roads for quite a while. There's literally mountains of ash up there, and they are going to be covered with debris flow, which is going to be not just ugly, but it's going to pose some danger if people try to go up in those areas and they really aren't quite prepared.
Very cool. All right, your article appears this Thursday in OC Outdoors. I just want to clarify, though, you talked about the parking. Parking is pretty much at the state beach.
Yeah, I would recommend parking at the state beach. It's $5. There were people parking along the road right up above, and that's free, and you can drive a little bit further, and there are other probably maybe a little bit cheaper parking lots, but if you're in a hurry, although I would add, the cars that I saw a tow truck up there, and I wouldn't necessarily risk that getting towed away, because if you want to get back to LAX and no car, it's going to be a tough slog.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start your trip. All right, David, thanks again.
Thanks, David.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you.